Good afternoon. Hi, it's Linda Jordan. Well, now I can say Dr. Linda Jordan with LRJ Coaching and Business Solutions. So happy Thursday. Today, what I want to talk to you about is the four levels of influence. Four levels of influence. And you're probably saying, I didn't realize there were four levels. There are. So I'll go through the four levels, I'll tell you what they are, and then we'll talk about them for a little bit. So the first level is modeling. So modeling is kind of like being a mentor. So you want to be able to model the behavior that you want others to have. So, for example, you model behavior with your children. Teachers model behavior with their students. So you want to make sure that you are being an influencer so that others will want to follow you. The second is around motivation or motivate. When you are modeling that behavior, then that can be a very powerful way to influence someone. And that can be positive or negative. But when you're motivating someone, you're encouraging people to communicate with others and you're communicating with them. Oftentimes, people struggle with communication, and there's a whole different section on communication I'll probably talk about next week as we go through our model in September. But communication, there's different styles, there's different behaviors. And as I go through the DISC method next week when we talk, there's the dominant person, there's the influential person, then there's the social person, and then there's the individual who's consistent. So when you're motivating someone to communicate with others for influence, you want to make sure that you help them understand that oftentimes you have to mirror the other person's excitement or behavior, so that you don't come across as being either too aggressive or too standoffish. So, again, the first one is modeling. The second level of influence is motivate. So, as we go to the third level of influence, it's mentor. Third level of influence is mentor. And so, mentor is sharing with others, helping them reach their potential. Mentor, sharing with others, helping them reach their potential. So, oftentimes, everyone has their goals and objectives that they have set forth of what they want to do. And speaking of that, we are in almost quarter four. Yeah, just quarter four, September. Gosh, it's hard to believe. So, setting your goals and objectives for 2022, um, you want to make sure that you have those plans in place. And when you're mentoring someone, you're basically going to share your experiences. So when I'm mentoring someone, I share my experiences based on how I grew up. I share with them things that I learned when I was in corporate America, and then I also share experiences that I've learned as being an entrepreneur. The importance of sharing is you help that individual understand what you've gone through. Because as they're going through those things as well, they may interact with someone similar, or they may come across situations that you experienced as well. So, sharing those experiences with others during that mentoring process is so critical. So I can remember in corporate America when I had a mentor, and we didn't have a formal agreement for mentoring. And typically, sometimes you can, and sometimes you don't, you can't, or you don't need to. But we had an informal mentoring agreement, and it was the vice president of the company, one of the vice presidents, and it was just very enlightening, very enriching. I learned so much from him in the corporate space about being a good leader. I learned the importance of communication. I learned the importance of respect. I learned the importance of understanding others, and most importantly, I learned the importance of patience. Now, oftentimes we say, yeah, being patient, but patient is a virtue because sometimes you have to wait a long time when you're being patient. So, but that mentor really helped me be a good leader. They prepared me, or he prepared me for leadership that I had no idea about. And it helped me gain confidence in myself and my ability to be a good leader. And so that's why it's really important when you're mentoring others is you really want to be authentic and genuine and share with them all that you can around the journey that you have gone through. Now, the fourth level of influence is called multiplying. And when you get to this level of multiplying, which is considered one of the highest levels, when you are at that level, then you are helping change the lives of others. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that means you've helped someone, and then that person that you have helped will now go help someone else. And so you're multiplying those levels of influence along the way. You're carrying the torch. And when you have someone who carries that torch because they've learned from you, you've enriched their lives, then it's a ripple effect. That person will then help someone else, and then that person will help someone else. So that's really what it's about, multiplication. We have to do good for others, and you're at that level of significance where it's really not about money. It's about giving back to others, adding value to others. um, and that's so important. Oftentimes we forget about that. There's so much going on in the world today with COVID. We've got storms, we've got the situation in Afghanistan, and we need to stop and take a pause, and what I call a nanosecond. Just take a moment to pause and reflect on what we've all come through in 2020. So we are very blessed to still be here. Unfortunately, there are some who lost their lives in a variety of different ways, and now we have the floods going on. So I say that to say that we need to take time to be thankful. Make sure that your neighbor's doing well. Share that kindness, add value to your neighbors, add value to your friends and family, because time is short. Life is precious, but time is very short, and you don't get that time back. So when you're really looking to be a person of influence, remember the four important steps is to model the behavior that you want others to have. Mentor those individuals so that they can fulfill their goals and dreams that they have. Third is to model that behavior. If you're going to teach someone how to do something, model that behavior. And then finally, the fourth one is to multiply. Help that person help someone else who can then help someone else along the journey. So hopefully those four levels are helpful. Hopefully whoever is listening, or whether it's now or later, that what I've said today has been beneficial to you. I am teaching a 4-week mastermind. It started actually on Monday. The title of the class or mastermind is called, Are You a Person of Influence? Are you an influencer? What are you doing in your life today that is going to help someone else along the way? When our time is up and we've moved on, will someone remember you for what you've done? Will someone remember you for what you've done? So that's leaving a life of influence, leaving a legacy, a tradition, something that people will remember you for, something that people will remember you for. And so that's what's really important. Um, so that's really what I wanted to share with you today. Um, I know that some of you were not able to get on this cohort of the mastermind, but I will be doing it again probably in January of next year, 2022. What I have coming up right now is a email series on dismantling limiting beliefs. And I'm really excited about that because it lines very nicely with being a person of influence, and then also how to set and achieve your goals and objectives. Because as we roll into 2022, we want to make sure that we have our goals and objectives set forth. So I will also be sharing with you dates for our vision board parties that we're going to have so that we can all be prepared in 2022 for whatever may happen, but at least have your goals and objectives in place so that you're ready to hit the ground running next year. So hope to see you next Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, thank you for joining. I'm Linda Jordan, Dr. Linda Jordan with LRJ Coaching and Business Solutions. Go to my website at www.lindajordan.com, and that's Jordon. If you're interested in scheduling some time with me for a free 30-minute discovery call, you can also do that on the website. So look forward to seeing you all next week. Have a great week and a safe holiday. Bye bye.